Welcome. Today we're going to do something different and something special. I ask a question, say, who am I? Or put directly, who are you? Who are you? It's a question I used to hear when I was a boy in Ajegule. You hear people say, who am I? Say, or they ask you, say, who you be? Let's put it properly. Say, who you be, sir? Who are you? Do you know me? Even if you know you, who are you? What do you carry that makes us to feel that you are special? You know, people keep asking this question, but I've come to discover most of us don't know who we are. We don't know ourselves. We don't know what we carry. We just live life. As I said the other time, you wake up in the morning, you go to work, come back, eat some food, watch some home videos, you sleep, wake up in the morning, run to work, come back, eat some food, watch some home videos, you sleep again. Your life is in circle. That's called the rat race. But the first thing I want to ask you, do you know who you are? Now let's do what psychology call how to discover your identity. First, let's look at it. There are just three simple things for a man to discover his or her own identity. First, the natural standard. Then from there we'll move on. Number one, we'll look at the psychological, rather put the genetical. We'll look at the psychological, and we'll look at the environmental. With these three things, we use it to identify who we are. I say genetical, we'll talk about the family you were born into. You know, there's a likelihood, as they say, if one of your parents have diabetes, there's a possibility that you too can have diabetes. You see, genetical. You know, some of us picked our parents' voice, your father's voice, some your mother. Why? Genetical. So it goes to identify who you are. It goes to identify what you are made of. Like me as I am now, I look like my mother. I took my mother's shape, eyes, voice. That's genetical. I can say that's who I am from that side. I look like my mother's people. That's it. We can go a step further and look at it. What areas do you use to identify yourself? Your self-identity. We'll talk about psychological, which has to do with your mind, your mindset, your belief system, the kind of beliefs you grew up with, the things you come to believe, your educational background. When you put all these things together, we look at it from a psychological perspective. We say, yes, a man can discover his identity from his psychology, what he believes, what he stands for, what are your values, what is of importance to you, what do you believe in, what do you stand for. You can use that to identify yourself. We can go a step further again. We'll talk about the environmental. A man can discover his identity by where he was born. The things that happened in your environment, your cultural belief system in your environment, that enables you to identify who you are. When you put all these things together, you can say, yes, I've discovered my identity. But that's just one step of it. The color of your eye, your height, your size, your shoe size, color of your skin, all make up to form who you truly are, your full identity. So when we look at it, it's more than just what you wear. It's more than where you walk. It goes deeper. I take it the next step when you talk about who you are. Apart from identifying your genetical background, psychological one, and environmental, it goes to tell us what your purpose in life is all about. When I ask myself, who am I? I'm asking myself, what did God create me to be? If you read the Bible in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1, God spoke to Jeremiah and said, come, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I've called you, I've ordained you a prophet to the nations. So that is superior, far superior to everyone. Before you were born there's something God has put in you that this is your purpose in life. But I've come to discover a lot of us live purpose without meaning. We live our lives without purpose. A life without purpose is an abuse. It is Worse, it is bad to discover that you are giving life and you don't know what to do with it. That's what my Spoon said. It is so bad that you are giving life and you don't know what to do with life. So many, every morning God gives us 24 golden boxes for us to fill it up. And when you don't know why you are here, you waste those 24 golden boxes. That's why you see, life without meaning is an abuse. So when a man takes drugs and they say that's drug abuse, when a man leads his life without a purpose, without a direction, it's life abuse. Everywhere we go, see men, women in top societies, in the low echelon, in the middle echelon, wasting their life. I ask you, say, who are you? How do you discover who you are? In the Bible, a time came again. There was a guy called Gideon. The angel of God came on to Gideon and said, Gideon, thou man of valor. And Gideon said, is it me you are talking about? Somebody? I say, you. And Gideon, he said, you come, you don't understand. When God created you, he created you as a man of valor. But you are acting as a man that's been vanquished, hiding, running because of the Midianites. Your environment has changed your identity. Some of us, the environment we found ourselves has changed the original identity God created us to be. It has changed it. God created Gideon to be a man of valor. But because of the Midianites that have captured them, they have beaten them to submission, that the Midianites oppressed Israel for 7 years, that the Israelites lost their brain, lost their God, lost everything. They lost who they are. So you can enter a wrong environment, it will beat out the identity which God has already given to you. In fact, Gideon went further to say something. He fulfilled these three systems I just gave you. First of all, Gideon said, you see, my father is the poorest man in Israel. And you don't understand, I'm the last born of the poorest man in Israel. By implication, Gideon is the least man in Israel. He said, my father is the poorest man, we come from the least tribe, and I'm the last son of the poorest man in Israel. So my brother, I know what that translates to me. Gideon is the poorest man and the least man in Israel. Why? His family background, his genetical environment from his family has made him to feel he's the worst. So sometimes you might have genetical upbringing that are faulty. You might have genetical upbringing that have distorted your life. But originally, that's not what God created you to be. God created you to be wonderful, strong, tough, resolute, result-oriented. Psychology. Look at what happened to him. They have beaten them so much that they lost his psychology. His belief about God changed. He began to question the angel. He said, come, listen, man, if I am a man of valor, where is God that delivers us from the hands of the Egyptians? Where is the God that parted the Red Sea? Hita. Where is the God that did this? Where is the God that did that? And the angel said, come on, if you know all these things, with this information you have alone, go in this might, you shall conquer the Midianites. What am I trying to say? Several things might have happened to you that you've lost your identity, you've lost your purpose. But I want you to understand, if a man lost direction in life, the easiest way to discover it is to return back to God. The easiest way to discover purpose is to return back to God. When you buy a television, what we do, read the manufacturer's manual. Abi? You don't just open. So TVs are so becoming so complex that you need to sit down and read the manual. And today's manual for life is the Bible. I believe it. God is not dead, he's alive. I want us to go back and see what God is saying. So I'm going to stop here for today, and by the grace of God, continue this. God bless you.